the sports world. With two undisclosed cricketers opting to play in the upcoming Champions League, the West Indies have named an expected 13 for the first Dhaka Bank Test match against Bangladesh. The 13, which doesn't include Sunil Narine or Dwayne Bravo, virtually includes all the players who featured in the three-match test series against New Zealand a couple months ago. The full squad reads Danish Ramdin captain Suleiman Ben, Jermaine Blackwood, Craig Brathwaite, Darren Bravo, Shivnarine Chanderpaul, Kirk Edwards, Shannon Gabriel, Chris Gill, Jason Holder, Kemar Roach, Shane Shillingford, and Jerome Taylor. Well, that first test goes off next Friday at Arnesville in St. Vincent. Over 70 athletes will be posing and flexing tomorrow evening at the All Max Nutrition National Bodybuilding and Fitness Championships. Let's hear from some of the main contenders in the event, which also serves as a qualifier for the CAC Championships. Marlon Doughton is a CAC national selectee and will be a favorite in the men's physique. He says he's been preparing since April.
After being at international level last year, everybody can be gunning for me, so I think at this point in time, you got to step up, come back as good as possible, and try to defend.
LaDonna Crawford is a new name in ladies' body fitness.
I put in a good few months, probably about 8 months or so, because I'm starting from scratch. So it has been a long journey for me.
LaRon Gibson will be competing in the middleweight bodybuilding category, and he says he is ready to take on Hoskin Biscuit Worrell.
I feel that I'm the only person with the advantage, seeing that I've been competing against Hoskin Worrell for the last 3 years, and I've made some comparisons, seeing pictures of me and him together, so I was able to bring up some of my body parts, like my back and my legs. I've been studying him year after year, and I've been working on the body parts like my shoulders to get some more width, and calves and thighs.
On the other hand, Worrell isn't even thinking about Gibson.
I don't see LaRon as no threat though to me. The guy that I'm mostly concentrating on is Stevenson Bell. He's the guy that's going to bring the fight. It goes down to the man with the most condition. So I can pull out all the stops and left the rest of the judges.
Well, the action is really heating up because Stevenson Bell is saying no one can beat him.
I don't really think that there's anyone that could take the title away from me on Saturday, because I'm now coming off of my Sports World Classic victory last month in Trinidad. So this prep was basically easy for me because my body fat was already low, so I just cut back on the cardio, up the food a bit, and just take it easy in the gym. The force reps, nothing, just get a good pump, keep lifting heavy to keep the muscle, and everything just come together proper at the right time.
And we will finish with Melissa Burrows, who will be hoping to take top spot in the ladies' senior bikini.
It's been great so far. My coach, Gareth Norris, has tried a new diet with me this year, so I'm eager to see how it works out for me.
Showtime is 6:30 at the Lloyd Erskine Sandyford Center. Well, the pre-judging starts at 4 p.m. at the Lloyd Erskine Sandyford Center, as we just said. ABC will feature in at least 2 finals tomorrow in the Banks Hockey Festival. Up to news time, ABC had already qualified for the mixed finals and the veterans after winning their semi matchups this afternoon at Kensington Oval. In the mixed division, ABC blanked Trinidad and Tobago Police 4-0, and they'll take on Dubad in the final, who defeated UE in their second semi 2-0. ABC were even more devastating in the veteran semis as they thrashed Barbados Defence Force 9-1. In the Vets final, they'll take on Maple, who defeated All Stars 6-1. The mixed final is slated for 12 noon tomorrow back at Kensington, while the Vets final will follow at 2 p.m. and then the women at 4 and finally the men at 6. The Barbadians will be hoping to be promoted to the Americas Group 1 by defeating Mexico in their next Davis Cup tie from September 12th to 14th. Vice President of the Barbados Tennis Association, Sandra Osborne, told CBC Sports that the expectation is high.
We have to recognize that Barbados has done exceedingly well, that the team has done exceedingly well, and we are hopeful and positive and remain hopeful and positive that we will give a good showing. This is the final of the group, and the person who wins, the team that wins gets promoted into Group 1. So we have actually gone through 3 rounds successfully, and we are in a very, very good position.
The team comprises of Darian King, Hayden Lewis, Shannon Williams, and Russell Mosley. Team captain Kevin Yard says the squad is match ready.
Darian is currently in Rotterdam, Holland, playing some matches, playing a tournament. Just won his quarterfinal match today, 6-4, 7-6. He plays the semi-final tomorrow. So the more matches he gets in, the more match ready he will be. Hayden is currently he's in Florida now, going over to Hilton Head Island, North Carolina, to train at Vandermeer Tennis Academy for a week and play with their players. The academy is known for having some high-class players, a lot of world-ranked players. So he will be getting some matches there as well and getting match fit. Shannon is in Mexico, playing in tournaments down there as well. Russell just came back from doing a little stint in Atlanta and in Toronto, again some training again with some good high-class players. So you guys again match ready for this day, and you know they're amped up and ready to go. They really want this win.
There are very few athletes who can boast of being Hall of Fame inductees, but for volleyballer Shari Matthews, that achievement will be realized when she attends the official induction ceremony at her alma mater, the North Carolina Central University. CBC's Anne-Marie Burke has that story.
In 2006, Shari Matthews enrolled at North Carolina Central University on a volleyball scholarship, and from the time she hit the courts, she made her presence felt. By the end of that season, she became the university's first volleyball All-American player, gaining the accolades of the NCAA Division II and Division II Atlantic Region Player of the Year awards. In the process, she guided her team to their 3rd consecutive CIAA championship title.
I had players who were also not only from America but from Brazil and Jamaica, so it was a diverse team. Playing with those guys made it easier for me to get awards because we all played our role and we knew what we had to do in order to get championships, because that was #1 thing for all of us. So without them, there's no way possible that I could have gotten all these awards, and I always dedicate everything that I do to them, especially in this instance.
The 2-time NCCSIA All-State honoree still holds the university's record for the most kills with 1,447 and a career service aces of 229. And for this, she joins 6 other athletes as inductees into the North Carolina Central University Hall of Fame for 2014.
I don't know how to explain how I feel. I found out about it when I was in Trinidad, the recent CBC. And I only told like a couple people because, you know, we're in the middle of a tournament and I wanted everyone to stay focused. And I too had to stay focused. So when I got the okay from the university, meaning that they posted it on Facebook, then it kind of settled in a bit, but it still hasn't hit me yet, because I guess when I get there and I have to go through the whole process, that's when it's going to be so surreal.
Shari has been the driving force for the national team for over a decade and sees her achievement as a victory for the sport as a whole.
When we hear about the track and field people, we hear about cricket, but we don't hear about other small sports actually getting out there and being able to be exposed to certain stuff. So there are some people in volleyball, like Shirley Hoyt-Boyd, she was also a Hall of Fame, but there are people who may not know that because it was never put out there. And to me, that's a big deal, and that's something that needs to be known so that kids coming out, they could know about, I could achieve this. It's not out of my reach. I could achieve this. So for me, it's fun because I get to smile, and some people even meet me on the road and be like, Shari Matthews is a Hall of Famer, and I'm like, it's just Shari. This thing was Shari. But it's a great achievement, and I appreciate it. I accept it.
Anne-Marie Burke, CBC Sports.
Serena Williams and Novak Djokovic are